this is Jared Horak for today's RacingDigest.com, and this is my Breeders' Cup Juvenile 2017 recap as part of my Kentucky Derby 2018 contenders list. Now, I started my list after Del Mar and Saratoga this summer, and Bolt d'Oro started out as my #1 contender, and then going into the Breeders' Cup Juvenile, 3 of my top 4 contenders, Bolt d'Oro was #1, Solomini was #3, and Good Magic was #4. Good Magic was still a maiden, but he only had 2 lifetime starts, and going into the Breeders' Cup Juvenile, he sat the perfect trip in the Juvenile, and he was able to earn his maiden victory in emphatic fashion. It was an outstanding effort from Good Magic, sitting that right trip, stalking the pace behind the speed. He earned career best, today's Racing Digest numbers. He got a 99 fire rating, a 166 CPR, a 129 pace rating, and then a 153 final rating. That was an outstanding effort from Good Magic. He's a horse that you certainly want to follow on the road to the Derby next year. He's one of the top 2-year-olds, obviously, in the country after that victory. And then before that, he was second in the Champagne Stakes. So he's one for Chad Brown. They paid $1 million for him. A curl in the sire. He's got an outstanding pedigree, good connections, excellent form now. He's got some strong ratings, Grade 1 winner. He's got Derby points. So there's a lot of things to like about Good Magic heading into next year. The Solomini was a distant second in the front runner stakes behind Bolt d'Oro, but this time he was able to finish a length in front of that one. And he got a 91 fire rating, a 144 CPR, a 141 pace rating, and then a 140 final rating for a solid second place finish in that Breeders' Cup Juvenile. Another one for Bob Baffert. He's pretty lightly raced. He's only had 3 starts, 1 in his first career start, and then they stretched him out, and he gave away experience for sure in that front runner, but he was still a decent second. And then he continued to move forward with a solid second in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile. So that was a nice effort from Solomini. Now Bolt d'Oro, that was a different story. He had an awful wide trip. It was just a terrible trip out from post 11. Just was not able to save ground at any stretch of this race. The beginning of the race under Corey Nakatani, he was 7 wide early. He was just wide throughout, just continued to lose ground. It looked like he ran 1.25 miles in this 1.16 race, and he just missed second by a length. It was an outstanding effort. He ended up with a 91 fire rating. He got a better CPR number than Solomini. He got a 149, and then a 107 pace rating because he did rally from off the pace, and then a 137 final rating. I still think Bolt d'Oro should be your 2-year-old champion. He was 3 for 3 heading into this race. This was just an awful trip. Now, if you switch trips, you give Bolt d'Oro Good Magic's trip and see how many lengths he would have won the Breeders' Cup Juvenile by. Certainly, he lost nothing. No disgrace whatsoever finishing 3rd in this race. He's supposed to have 2 prep races next year for the 2018 Kentucky Derby. Trainer Mick Ruiz has nothing to be ashamed about. I think he still has your 2-year-old champion here. He's certainly, I think, every bit as good as Good Magic, if not better. And he should continue to progress next year with that nice pedigree, good 2-year-old foundation. He's got some nice Derby points. He's got 14. He's in a good spot heading into next year. Now, right now, for my updated list after the Breeders' Cup Juvenile, my updated 2018 Kentucky Derby list, I'm going to keep Bolt d'Oro at #1 after that wide trip and a solid effort in the Juvenile. Good Magic will jump up from #4 to #2, and Solomini will be sitting at #3. He stays right where he was. Now, if you're interested in seeing my top 11 Kentucky Derby contenders, you can read that blog over at today'sracingdigest.com. Each time I update my blog and have a video to go with it, and you can see both of those each time that I do my update over at today'sracingdigest.com. That'll wrap up this update. I'll be back when they run a few more of these 2-year-old stakes races with another update, and obviously when they start running more of the Kentucky Derby prep races, I'll have more and more updates. They'll certainly be much more frequent. Until next time, good luck at the races.